So yes, demonstrating DeX, a continuum-like desktop running off an Galaxy S20 FE here. This is the Next Dock Touch, as evidenced by the fact that I'm using the touchscreen and using my finger to swipe around. You can also use the trackpad and buttons, as I shall do later. Here I've got 4 tabs loaded with some reasonable content, typical content. A site you might recognise, just swiping up and down, loading images. So the idea here is to see how much data it can keep in RAM and in the browser tabs, all running on the phone, remember, but all being rendered out here onto the laptop, and how quickly it can reproduce it all on the 1080p external screen here. Let's try the Android Twitter client as a change from the Android PWA, which we saw there running in Chrome. This is the Android Twitter application. It does resize. You can adjust the corners and so forth, but there's no flow or layouts. If you just even make it full screen here, you can see it literally takes up the full screen with one column. There's no sensible layout at all. So that's somewhere where Twitter could improve its Android application. Let's try Gmail, a really well-behaved application, as you'd expect, written by Google. And indeed, most of the Google and Samsung apps can be resized, re-windowed, they flow intelligently. Here you've got topics on the left and then detail on the right. You can resize it, reflow, and if you reflow right down to a narrow column, of course it goes back to the layout you'd see on the phone itself. And then as you drag to resize the window, it reflows well. And again, true of all the Google and Samsung applications. It's the third parties and the oddballs you have to watch out for. So what about Microsoft Office? I guess Microsoft apps should also be fairly well behaved, and in general they are. Here we're bringing up a Word file. I think this is in read-only mode, so there's no editing ribbon shown. Also got a demonstration PowerPoint, which you can resize, as you can with most of the Office applications. You resize to full screen. They run it in their own window, and you can mess around with the size. They reflow using touchscreen, keyboard, trackpad. The menus fully work, bringing up different ribbons for each function. It's all quite a pleasant experience, and of course you've got the big keyboard to do text entry and get some serious work done. Just to show that the tabs are still open in Chrome here in RAM and running reasonably quickly. See, I'm not 100% happy with the speed of a phone running in DeX mode through the HDMI into a laptop, but I think it's acceptable. It's just a question of whether it's acceptable to you.